Luke Rockhold is interested in one particular name for a potential UFC return. Earlier this week, it was the whopping 8th anniversary of the all-time greatest event in MMA history, UFC 199. That's my opinion, of course, but man, how time flies and how insane that card was. 7 months before that fateful night of June 4, 2016, I officially started my journey in media too. Aging sucks. Enough about me, though. UFC 199 was loaded with unbelievably memorable fights, moments, and finishes from top to bottom. Unfortunately for Rockhold, he was on the receiving end of the one that superseded them all in the main event. The former UFC middleweight champion was upset and lost his title in his short-notice rematch against Michael Bisping. Since then, Rockhold has won once in MMA competition, losing 3 in a row to close out his UFC tenure 6-5, 16-6 overall in 2022. In the near full decade post U199 Swiss francs, the 185-pound strap has seen many different owners, including the latest to earn the former label, Sean Strickland. Mildly familiar and once booked to Collide, Rockhold has nothing complimentary to say about Tarzan. Not a fan, Rockhold told the Schmo. He puts on the most boring fights of all time. He's a fake. He's a fraud. I think he's fucking acting up there. I've heard he's got social media managers telling him what to do and telling him what to say. Let's try to be a little more real, boy. Rockhold and Strickland were supposed to settle their differences in the octagon at UFC 268 in November 2021, that year's Madison Square Garden showcase. However, a herniated disc on Rockhold's end axed the matchup, and the fighters went their separate ways. Instead, Rockhold eventually returned to suffer an entertaining unanimous decision loss to Paulo Costa at UFC 278 in August 2022. Meanwhile, Strickland won a split decision over Jack Hermanson the following February, and has stayed active with 6 more fights before he most recently took on Costa at UFC 303 last Saturday. Strickland scored another split decision win, albeit a controversial one, thanks to the Costa scorecard from Dave Torelli. And now Rockhold wants to make it clear he'd gladly accept a return to the UFC for a rebooking. Hey, what the fans want is what the fans get. If it makes sense, we're gonna get it, Rockhold said of a Strickland UFC fight. I would fight that kid anyway, in any form, in any place, with the right paycheck, of course. I don't fight for free.